everyone's sure.
No, we want to start it now.
Yeah, what is up with that? I'm the director. I stand by for no one.
Except for one of my brilliant ideas.
Yeah, I'll stand by for that.
That's true, because those do happen occasionally.
Director veto powers.
Director veto. I think one night we should just like fight about everything.
Right.
Just let's have that one move around the back here. That looks good, right?
Wrong?
Just
Anything he says, do the opposite.
and I'll just like go up on stage and like, so here's the deal. Don't do what Jerry's telling you to do. It's not good.
Toy with everybody. Like, get everybody alone at some point and just be all like, and we'll just tell them, like, the other guy said this specific thing about you. And
That's
like,
the other guy.
yeah. Just.
That's where we will leave it.
Yeah.
Is the other guy.
Are we ready? Are we going?
Oh, we're going!
I'm Jerry Val Evans.
And I'm Chance T. Hicks.
And we're with the Actors Mission. We're the directors of the next play.
It's called Mind Over Matt, the play that we're directing.
It's by Scott Hahn. About a guy named Matt, graphic artist, trying to make a living, and how all of his actions are guided by the different aspects of his personality, which are envisioned on stage by actors. Nobody else acknowledges them except each other. It's a fun concept. It's a funny show.
Yeah.
So there's that.
They're called the egos.
The egos.
Yep. They are the egos of one Matthew Lane. There's 5 of them. Did we say that?
Yep.
I'm sure we
No,
did.
I don't know
Did
if
you?
we said there were 5.
I don't know, but there's 5.
There's the nerd Floyd, the feminine side. What's
Is
her name
Rose.
again? Rose. Butch is the party dude. He is what he is. His name says it all.
Yeah.
There's Dylan, the
Mhm.
charmer,
Yep.
vain, full of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zeke, an old guy who apparently shows up more as
He's the
Matt
COD.
ages. The COD.
He's the crotchety old dude.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've got some great actors. A lot of people you've seen in many of our shows. A few people that you have yet to see in any shows. My phone just made a noise. So anyway, yeah, a lot of new blood in this show. A new approach. See the 2 directors.
Co-directing.
Co-directing.
It's not like one director and an assistant director.
Yeah, none of that nonsense.
We nixed that.
Yeah.
So it's co.
So I don't know. We've got some questions over here. On
I
this
will
side.
read questions to you, and then
Okay.
you can read a question to me.
All right.
Does that work for you?
Bueno.
Okay.
Bueno.
I can't really see, so I got to scooch in here. Okay. Mr. Evans, in your opinion, thank you. In your opinion, how is the cast doing so far? Are they getting into their characters?
Actually, yes. The cast is doing great so far. There are a lot of members who, some of them kind of were typecast, but it's because they fit the character so well. And there's a few new faces in there that just blew our minds.
But they're also typecast, apparently, too.
Yeah. We just didn't know.
We're that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple young kids playing the angel and devil who come in for moral conflicts.
Right.
Just blew us away right from the start.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're talented children. If I ever had children, that's the the breed of child I would want to have.
Good stock. Good stock.
Good hearty stock.
But yeah, and Matt, the titular character of the show, is played by a completely new face.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Oh, Kirsten! We'll talk louder. What if we scoot this?
Yeah.
Can we do this?
Scoot it up. Can you hear us now?
Huh?
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You should text Aaron again.
an actor named Eric has come to us. We put him in the lead role and didn't realize that he, in a lot of ways, is Matt. He does graphic art.
He's actually designing our poster for
Yeah.
us.
It should be really good stuff. He has
Yeah.
a really good concept for it, so
Yeah.
we're looking forward to getting that done. I actually just put on the board. Did you see my message on the casting crew?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
got that all worked out.
Very nice.
And then a lot of old faces you've seen in love. Oh, another new face, Blaine. He plays the charmer.
Blaine Myers.
Yeah, he's great.
He is.
Just full of energy. He goes over the top just enough that we know he can do what we want.
Yep.
He can do what we envision. So it's gonna be really fun. They are very well getting into their characters. We're molding them bit by bit. Only 2 weeks into rehearsals.
Yeah.
And things are coming together quite well.
And especially for we only have 3 rehearsals a week right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it just shows to me that they're doing a lot of work on their own. They take what we give them and they're developing it, which is very nice. Because I hate spoon feeding, which is another reason why I won't have children.
Because they can't chew for a little
They're
while.
babies.
All right. Monsieur Hicks,
Jeez.
have there been any unexpected challenges as you start the production?
No.
No, not really.
I don't really think so. Why don't you give me another one? Because that one was kind of like
Okay.
not good.
Maybe we'll go back to that.
Like that would be an unexpected challenge for performance.
Yeah.
I mean, let's think about that.
All right. So, what is your favorite scene so far? Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, I have lots of favorite scenes. Actually, 2 of them that I will say. One of my favorite scenes, the first one, is in the first act. It is when Matt's landlord comes to collect the rent, and he has to charm the pants off of her because he does not have the money to pay said rent.
We've all been there.
True.
Well.
I mean, rent, student loans, same thing. So that's one, and it's because Anne Maria just deadpans it, and it's hilarious to me. Very funny. Then one of the other favorites of mine is when the character played by Deb Jensen, it's Mrs. Killian, she comes over to Matt's apartment and has some shocking news of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And the interaction between those two, I find it to be absolutely hilarious because we did this whole typecasting thing, and I feel for Deb. The character is typecast,
Mm-hmm.
but the actual character, like the situation, definitely nothing she would ever be involved in.
Yeah.
Ever.
She does not put up with or get involved with that nonsense.
So that's where I'm going to leave that because I don't want to give too much away. Because Act 2 is where it's at, people. Let's be honest. So then.
Ooh, can I
Yeah.
kind of answer
Yeah,
that
I
one?
was actually just going to say, what was your favorite scene?
Oh, okay. Well, I can't say I have a specific favorite scene. I think the whole thing's hilarious, and I don't want to give anything away. But Brad Russell, he's cast in our show. He's directed a lot for the mission. He's been on quite a few shows.
He's our lighting master.
Yeah.
From the gods.
And in this one, he's on stage and he plays Zeke, the aging personality, the old man, the
crotchety old dude.
Yeah, I mean, just as any person ages, you notice you start going to bed earlier. You can't drink as much with your friends as you used to without feeling it for a couple days. He kind of represents that part of him. and he makes up these war stories and stuff. All of the personalities, all of the egos have this thing where they have like health issues or little tics and stuff that don't actually manifest in Matt. And it's hilarious because he talks about when he was enlisted in the army and all this stuff. And
Oh, in '09.
And just like the character himself is funny, but the way Brad reads it, the way he performs it, his special little accent, it's hilarious. It is
Top drawer.
truly. I'm really glad he auditioned for this show because it's fun to see him on stage. I've worked under him a couple times.
That's embarrassing.
He actually mentored me on the first show I directed for half of the rehearsals. So yeah, really good stuff. Anytime Zeke has a good number of lines, laughs are had by many.
Because they're just so random.
Mm-hmm.
They're hilarious because and the names he calls people, they just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's great.
He could go off script and make something up, where all those little things fit, and
yeah.
And you'd think it was written right in. We'd probably have a script in our hand and go, yep, yeah, you got the lines right on. Okay, we'll just go with it. So that's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
So, on to another question?
Sure.
All right. So, what is going to be the hardest part to get right?
So far for me, it's gonna be, because I mean we basically have two separate worlds, and I think the hardest part is going to be people understanding that they're two separate entities, if you will, because it's like, so you have the five egos who are Matt's egos, but they're on stage at like the same time as Matt. So you've got them around, and it's the whole also getting the real people, we'll call them, to not engage or react or look at the fake people because they're not real.
Yeah, because they're doing ridiculous stuff on stage the entire time. Anytime one of them is in control of Matt, takes the helm, they have a gesture, and it might get absurd or funny if one of the real people on stage looks and catches them and just goes, that is hilarious. Especially once we get on stage. We're going to have a practice audience just to figure out where the laughs are going to be.
Yeah.
Because that's always, every show.
Yeah.
Every funny show.
Right.
You hear laughs where you didn't expect to, and you're just all, and they're infectious.
Yeah, well, and it catches you off guard.
Yeah.
So.
That's just another one of the general problems through all of this. Everybody cracks everybody up.
That's very true.
At some point.
You have the two people who are face to face and they're supposed to be completely serious, but then the one person just like gives the little that, and the other person just breaks completely.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun until you're 2 weeks out from performance, and then you're just like, oh, get him out of your system already.
True. That's when you have to crack the whip, as it were.
But sometimes by then everybody's just tired of, and that's just
very true. Very true. Very, very true.
Yeah, that and timing in general. Not just because of the two different worlds, but there's a lot of slapstick.
There's a lot of punny things in this show, and we need to work with a few folks.
And then anytime an ego does something physical to control Matt,
yes,
it's got to be excellent coordination, excellent synchronization on it. Whenever Floyd the nerd falls because he's clumsy as all hell, they've got to get that.
Hell is clumsy.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
Here's a question for you. So, What do you still need volunteers for?
To be announced. Well, right now we're still in the stage of getting things organized and stuff.
Yeah.
Press schedule. We're on top of things at the moment. Okay.
Thank you for your input, Kirsten.
Yeah.
Via text message. Thank you, Verizon Wireless. Please support us.
So at the moment, we don't need volunteers immediately.
True.
Generally Saturdays, excluding tomorrow.
This coming weekend.
We do a lot of set work, and we're going to be cleaning the theater up. We've had some little things happen in there that we need to take care of and keep tidy. Getting the rest of the set constructed, painting walls. We'll be a little better about putting up notices on our Facebook page about that. Forgot to last weekend.
Seeing as we both have access and we both actively don't do it.
Yeah. A lot of stuff going on. But that's going to be the big one in the next coming couple weeks. As we get closer to performance, we'll need volunteers to help serve food and
do all that. We've got Casey, Casey Bosner Hills, who is amazingly talented. She not only at acting, she's also talented at cooking, and she will be doing our food service for us because she's awesome like that, and agreed to do it before we even started doing anything with this production. So that's nice of her.
Yep.
But just because she's doing that portion of it doesn't mean that we still don't need people to help with the setup and takedown of the food area.
Last minute cleaning.
All of that stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Just nothing's entirely clear at the moment.
Right.
Like I said earlier, we're only 2 weeks into rehearsals. We still have, another 6 until performance?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll keep you updated.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Last question on our list right here. How's the set coming?
I would have to say that it is coming along famously.
Yeah, we actually have all 3 walls in general up. One of them is, we've got 2.5.
True. I mean, it's just the simple thing like, okay, there's a door frame, but is there a door? Not yet. It's called acting. Imagine it's there, people. So we just need to add little things like that, finish that wall, and then tie in 2 walls, which is like a little header thing that goes into like a hallway. But yeah, it's very, very simple is what we went with. Mm-hmm. Very simple, straightforward, to the point. I mean, the setting is Matt's apartment. So how elaborate do you want to make a bachelor pad?
Right.
Let's be honest.
So, very basic, 3 walls. And unlike most of our shows, there is ample room behind the set, backstage.
Yeah.
So any costume changes that are needed, boom.
Plenty of room.
Plenty. Plenty of room for people to hide so they can get into set costumes.
Right.
If they want to back there. Plenty of room for props.
Plenty of room for just the people who are not in Act 1 waiting to be in Act 2. Or the people who are only in Act 1 and not in Act 2, they can just sit.
And they won't have to gracefully shimmy across the back of the stage.
I honestly feel that people who are just like sitting could even lounge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm faithful with that statement.
Like 2 chairs back there, one for the legs, one for the ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the dream.
It is. Backstage happiness.
Welcome to America.
I mean, will there be a cheese plate? Probably not.
No, that's not in the budget.
But at least you're cozy.
I mean, they could bring their own cheese.
They could.
I won't tell them they can't.
That's very true. Well, unless, I mean, if they brought it the first night and then they like left it and it got all stinky, like worse than some cheeses get, then we would have a problem.
Or if it's just a generally stinky cheese. I don't think Limburger would be well.
Won't do it.
Especially having to interact with other people.
I would judo chop that.
Yeah.
Out of the hand.
With a glove. So.
Well, yes. I don't want it on me.
probably takes days to wash out.
Yeah, weeks, I would imagine, with paint
So-
thinner.
Ugh, that's not good.
I can't even begin to think about that. So,
Set's coming well.
Yeah.
We've got to do that, get it painted, and then do all the little quirky detail things.
yeah.
Bing, bang, boom.
Also, I was going to say, what's nice about our set and it being a very basic, simplistic set is I feel that that's going to also help people, like in the audience, watch the actors and what they're doing. I mean, sets are important part of any show that you're
Yep.
doing, but I feel in some senses that they can detract from the ultimate goal, which is the show.
Yep.
So hopefully by this one being quote like semi-minimalistic, we'll have people commenting on how the actors are doing, not on our set choices.
Not to mention, it's going to be a very budget-friendly show
Yeah,
for us.
and family friendly.
Yep.
Let's
that
put
too.
that out there.
Family-friendly.
Family friendly.
Laughs will be had by all.
Yeah, I mean, there's even kids in the show, so it is family friendly. Let's think about that, shall we?
Yeah, very, very nice set. The three things you need to put on theater are actors, a place to act, and people to watch it. And we've got 2 of them already.
So far.
Yeah.
Wait. We hope the third one comes.
Yeah. Ugh.
Fingers crossed.
But also, our set is nice because it's mostly already done.
Yeah.
We have all the furniture and stuff needed for every scene, so our actors won't be going, that's new. That wasn't there for the past 3 weeks. How do I move around it? Are we going to have to change up blocking?
Yeah, no getting used to something.
Yeah.
I mean, they are getting used to it right now.
Yeah.
But by performance, there won't be any surprises.
Yeah. We'll even blindfold them and turn off the lights and have them acted out that way. And,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Katie is like blind anyway, so if
Yeah.
she can maneuver the set, then we should be good.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
All right. Well,
So
that's-
yeah, that's it. Oh, so everybody knows our let's see here. Oh, that's a good question.
Ooh, who's your favorite character? I'll let you hit this one off. We've got about 5 more minutes.
This is hard because I don't have just one. I like Zeke, crotchety old dude, because he's just hilarious because he's the crotchety old dude and just speaks random things. Some of them aren't even real words.
Yeah.
They're just things.
Sayings. Some of his sayings. I'm like,
Sayings.
I've
There you
never
go.
heard that.
The quotes of sorts.
Yeah, one of them, I won't give away one of our favorites, but one of them, a character has a certain tick, and he goes, "What the Honus Wagner was that sound?" Or something to that extent.
Yeah.
I don't know who or what Honus Wagner is, but I just love how weird it sounds. And
I'm gonna Google that.
yeah, and how he gets that out there. We should probably know.
We probably should, but we would rather focus on other things.
Hopefully Zeke doesn't
You know.
idealize some serial killers that we've never heard of.
Well, but I feel Brad is he's a baseball player.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Old timey.
Yeah, back in the day. Back in the day. So yeah, that makes complete sense. And you'll understand it when you come. So now you know
You're in
the
on
meaning
joke.
of that one. Look at that. See what we just did for you?
You're welcome.
Pat
ooh,
yourself on the back for tuning in for that.
Who's my favorite character? I don't know if I can entirely say this one's my favorite character, but I love Butch. Because Butch does some
Stupid things.
yeah, some stupid things. There's a scene, Matt's got a love interest, and Butch does something phenomenally, exquisitely terrible, and almost ruins it.
Yep.
Just what he makes him say. And we have him trying to portray this character as somewhere between Jersey Shore and hardcore UFC fan, you know, Affliction t-shirts. A guy who, at the bar, just looks like he wants to start a fight with people,
Just,
even though he really wouldn't.
I'm gonna coin the phrase right now. He is a douche canoe.
Yeah. He,
That's what Butch is.
We've told him, turn up the douche.
Real keeper.
I mean, he might end up with more little gestures for controlling Matt, you know, when he's in charge, but they're along the lines of like seeing Guidos from Jersey Shore
Ugh.
doing selfies.
Oh, Guidos.
In all their orange glory. Like, they're real serious faces.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about our actor Darren is that he has very red hair. So if I could get him to do one of the crazy, I'm gonna spike every hair follicle up. We're gonna
Guido the ginger.
Orange skin and orange hair.
We may need a volunteer for that.
And the what's the term I'm looking for? The varying shade style of sunglasses.
Gradient. Yep.
Yeah, gradient.
There it is.
And
yes.
Like, you know, for this one line, he's just like, just looking
like,
all
what?
chest out. Sup? What's up? Hey, girl, it's gonna be great.
He's a winner.
He's he's one of my favorites because of how deplorably hateable he is.
Yeah. Also, one of my favorites though is Matt.
Yeah.
Because it's real.
And
it's legitimately like a day in the life of Matt.
Yeah.
But you just get to see what controls Matt for that day. And
our actor Eric, who plays Matt, he does a great job of capturing the essence of each of the personalities.
Yeah.
He's even asked them, you know, hey, say this line for me, how your character would say it, and then worked on that to emulate it. But he does it in a very real.
He puts his spin
organic.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very organic. He has good choices. But what's great is he does it very similar to how they do it, but in his own way. So it's very nice. So we're almost out here. We have like 2 minutes. So why don't we just say, come on down to the show.
Come on down to the show.
We are performing the last weekend of May. It's May 29th, 30th, and 31st.
Or is it the 28th, 29th, and 30th? End of May, beginning of June.
It's the 31st.
It's
yeah, because it's the Sunday. Yeah, it's the last Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We actually open on JFK's birthday.
Oh, wow.
There's some trivia for you.
Crazy.
And then our closing weekend is June 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yep.
So it's here in Rock Springs, Wyoming, naturally, at the Elks Lodge.
Yep.
Where we are.
Our usual spot.
307 C Street.
Yay! Okay.
That's where we are.
Come see the show when it's ready. There should be more of these fun little events happening with us and maybe even various cast members. So,
that could be fun.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Have them view this live as well. And also, if you have he's really good at the Butch character. So if you have a YouTube account yourself, you can actually log into that and ask us questions while we're doing this. So if there's anything that randomly pops up that you're like, oh, hey, here's a thought in my brain that I want you to know and or answer, you can just type it to us. We'll see it on the handy dandy little screen here. And then we could talk about that and answer it for you.
Just for you.
Oh, the internet.